Hi, thank you for watching Digging to China. I'm Dong Xiong. If you have not done so already, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. Amidst China's economic downturn, the employment rate has been consistently low in recent years. Reports from various Chinese media outlets indicate that on May 30th, the Education Department of Henan Province issued the Action Plan for the 100-day sprint of employment for the 2023 graduates of higher education institutions in Henan Province. This plan has sparked intense discussions among the public. The plan sets a target of achieving full employment for all disabled graduates with the intention and ability to work by August 31st. While also addressing the issue of graduates from zero-employment families and those who have been unemployed for an extended period through a dynamic zero clearance process. The mention of dynamic zero clearance has caused concern among the public. On the Chinese social media platform Weibo, some netizens expressed their worries, stating, "Here comes dynamic zero clearance again." And these words create a sense of discomfort and unease. The action plan also highlights that universities throughout the province will engage in a series of initiatives during the promotion week for the employment of the 2023 graduates of higher education institutions, further advancing the implementations of the Million Job Escort Plan. These efforts encompass expanding market-oriented avenues for employment, enhancing the effectiveness of on-campus recruitment, and organizing grassroots employment programs. These programs include raising awareness about initiatives such as the Selected Talents Program, Specialized Teachers Program, 3 Supports and 1 Assistance Program, Western Plan, Rural Revitalization Plan, Special Admission Program for medical school graduates, Special Program for rural doctors, and the Urban and Rural Community Program. The aim is to encourage graduates to pursue opportunities at the grassroots level or consider joining the military. The action plan specifically underscores that each university should conduct a minimum of 3 counseling sessions for graduates facing employment challenges, facilitate their involvement in 3 online and offline employment promotion activities, and recommend 3 viable positions. Throughout the 100-day sprint period, the Ministry of Education will implement a weekly work report system to oversee and monitor progress. Universities are required to reinforce data verification procedures to ensure the accuracy and authenticity of employment data. Here are my takeaways. In response to the alarmingly high youth unemployment rate of 20.4% in China, Vice Premier Ding Xuexiang convened a dedicated meeting to tackle this issue. The Chinese Communist Party has a well-established strategy of employing a one-size-fits-all approach in governance, despite its impracticality. Consequently, during the past 3 years of the epidemic prevention process, the CCP consistently implemented dynamic zero clearance, resulting in significant hardship for the Chinese population. As a result, the term dynamic zero clearance has acquired a negative connotation among the public. However, my initial impression is that in addressing the issue of high youth unemployment, the CCP has once again resorted to their preferred method, the one-size-fits-all approach of dynamic zero clearance. Whether they can effectively achieve their goals and the outcome of this strategy remains uncertain, but their chosen means remains consistent. Furthermore, the potential outcomes of employing the dynamic zero clearance approach to tackle unemployment are not hard to envision. Consequently, Chinese internet users have expressed predominantly negative views on this matter. Some netizens question the suitability of applying dynamic zero clearance in this context, remarking, I never thought they would resort to dynamic zero clearance for this. Others sarcastically ask, what exactly does dynamic zero clearance consider individuals to be? If someone becomes unemployed again after 2 weeks, will they undergo dynamic zero clearance once more? The 100-day sprint for graduate employment, coupled with dynamic zero clearance, has transformed into a project-based initiative with clearly delineated responsibilities and lists. Some netizens mockingly comment, "What a rigid policy." Some state, "Graduates in Henan are fortunate," while others believe that such movements are destined to be futile and not worth the effort. Consequently, the overall public sentiment towards Henan's utilization of dynamic zero clearance for youth employment is predominantly pessimistic, with many anticipating the likelihood of falsification during implementation. Third, there are concerns about how Henan will implement dynamic zero clearance. Nevertheless, I believe that by August 31st, the Henan provincial government will proudly declare to the world that they have successfully achieved dynamic zero clearance of youth unemployment. Why is Henan so confident? The answer lies in the reports from China's official media, which highlight the clear guidance and strategy provided by Xi Jinping for dynamic zero clearance. By following Xi Jinping's directions, dynamic zero clearance can undoubtedly be realized. Why do I say this? Let's consider how Xi Jinping has addressed the issue of high youth unemployment. Xi Jinping encouraged young people to embrace hardships and seek opportunities in rural areas and at the grassroots level. His message was clear. University students should be willing to engage in manual labor, whether it means working at construction sites or factories. Since Xi Jinping advocated for individuals to embrace hardships, China's official media launched a campaign that shamed unemployed university graduates, insinuating that their refusal to perform manual labor was a result of their inflated self-perception. Thus, Xi Jinping has indicated a direction for university graduates' employment, and according to this approach, everyone can achieve dynamic zero clearance. Why? If you cannot find a job directly related to your field of study, you can work in a factory doing tasks like screwing screws. If such jobs are not available, you can go to rural areas, mountains, and fields to engage in activities like wheat harvesting and grass cutting, all of which are considered employment. That is why Chairman Xi has long provided clear guidance for this dynamic zero clearance, which is relatively straightforward to implement. However, as predicted by netizens earlier, this implementation comes with its own challenges. If you work for 2 weeks and then become unemployed again, nobody will show concern because you were provided with a job for 2 weeks, and it becomes your responsibility to maintain employment. Fourthly, after 3 years of dynamic zero clearance, Chinese officials at various levels have derived a sense of satisfaction from this clearance movement. Operating under the pretext of dynamic zero clearance, officials enjoy unchecked authority, disregard for the law, and the ability to detain individuals arbitrarily. Now, they are extending the application of dynamic zero clearance to address university student employment, which elicits a negative initial response from the public. It is not difficult to envision the implications of implementing dynamic zero clearance for university students in Henan province. In order to fabricate data and achieve clearance targets, officials will likely resort to corrupt practices employed in previous clearance campaign, the COVID campaign. This may involve employing intimidation tactics such as impacting future generations or exploiting vulnerabilities. University students may be coerced into accepting fictitious employment positions that offer no stability in income. false registration, manipulation of records and reports, and even costly and detrimental falsifications may be employed to create an illusion of clearance. For instance, officials might purchase a bundle of cabbage and instruct a university student to sell it at a vegetable market, falsely presenting it as a form of employment. Furthermore, during the practical implementations of this clearance movement, individuals falsely employed will face coercion to comply with the falsification. Speaking out or expressing grievance is prohibited and may result in punishment. Consequently, the announcement of dynamic zero clearance for university student employment in Henan has raised significant concerns within society. But no doubt, by August 31st, there will be zero youth unemployment rate. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment and subscribe to my channel. Just click the subscribe button right here. I'll see you again shortly. Until then, be well.